Hello friends, welcome to Developers YouTube channel. My name is Ismail Saudagar, and in this video we are going to discuss about loops and C sharp. So let's go to our topic. So before going to our topic, I want to say that please subscribe to my channel. Friends, I'm watching that people are seeing my video but not subscribing, so I want to say that please subscribe. So let's go to our topic. Loops are used for executing the same line for multiple times. Loops saves time, reduce errors, and make the code more efficient. In C sharp, following are the types of loops present: for loop, while loop, do while loop, and for each loop. So let's discuss each of these loops in detail. For loop. For loop is used when you know how many times we have to execute the code. It contains the minimum and maximum value of iteration variable. Here syntax of the for loop is given. So in the syntax, you can see that there are three statements: initialization, condition, and iterator. And in the curly braces, it will have the code of the for loop. In the above syntax, for loop contains three statements: initialization, condition, and iterator. Initialization. This is executed only once. Here the iteration variable is declared and initialized. Means an initial value is assigned to it. The example of initialization will be like where I equals to 0 and a equals to 1, like this. Condition. In this statement, each time the condition is checked. If the condition returns true, then the code inside the for loop body is executed. The condition will be like a is less than equal to 5, or I is less than equal to 10, or I is less than 10, like this condition will be. Iterator. This statement is executed after the code block execution of for loop. When the condition is satisfied, it will go inside it and it will execute the code present in the for loop. And it will, after executing this, it will come here on the iterator and it will increase the value of the variable which we are defining here in the initialization. So iterator, what it will do, it will increase or decrease the value of the iteration variable. While loop. In while loop, the iteration variable is declared outside the loop. And at start, the condition is checked. If the condition is evaluated to true, the code inside the while loop will be executed. The variable value will be incremented or decreased in the loop. If you forget to change the value of the variable, the loop will run for infinite time. Syntax. So in the while loop syntax, you can see that we are having while, and in the bracket we are having condition. And after that, code is executed. So what in for loop, here what will happen? First, we will declare the variable and assign the value to it outside the loop, like where a equal to 0 or int a equals to 0, like this. And after that, the condition is checked in these brackets, and if condition is satisfied, then the compiler will go inside and it will execute the code. And in the while loop code block, there will be iteration will be done for this variable which we are using. So like I plus plus or I minus minus. Do while loop. The do while loop is the variant of while loop. The do while loop executes at least once because the condition is checked after executing the code. So even if the condition is false, the code will be executed. So in the syntax, you can see that here we are having do and in the brackets code of the do while loop statement. And after that, while is written and in that condition is written here. Condition will come here. So after executing this, the condition will be checked. So even if the condition is false, this code block will be executed because after executing this, the condition is getting checked. So if it is false, one time it will be executed. If it is true, then again the control will come here and the code block will be executed, and after that, again the condition is checked. For each loop. For each loop is executed against the arrays of collections. And for each loop, no condition is checked and it executes for each element present in the array of collection. So in the for each loop, no condition is checked. So here syntax of the for each loop is present. And you can see that in the syntax, we are having for each, and in the bracket, we are having variable name and the array of collection name. So here type is the data type of this variable, like int I in array, suppose integer array we are having, so we are taking int I in ARR is the name of the array. It will consider so like this, and it will execute until all the elements are finished, or it will go. Suppose I'm having 5 elements present in this array, so this for each loop will execute for 5 times. Now we'll see the example of loops in Visual Studio. So in the Visual Studio, I have created the project with the name loops. You can see here I'm just having an employee.cs class. The employee.cs file, I have created the employee class and it is having name, age, and salary properties. Now I'm having one another class employee array. So in the employee array, I'm creating the list of employees and I'm giving the name EMP list. So what I'm doing in the I'm having one method in employee array, that is get employee. So this will return all the employees present in this class, all the employees which I am creating. So here you can see that I have created 5 employee objects and I am adding these 5 employee objects into the list of employee. I have declared here EMP list. So each object like E1, E2, I'm adding into EMP list and I'm returning. So 5 objects of employee will be returned because I have created only 5 elements here. And I have assigned the properties to these objects also, like name, age, and salary. So now I will go to the program.cs file. So what will happen, suppose if I want to increase the salary of each employee and by 10%. So what I will do, one method is that I will take each employee by using the get employees. Here in the code. You can see that I am taking the employee in the employees variable. So 5 employee it will return in the list. So for 5 employee, what I am doing without, if I am not using for loop, so what I am doing here for each element, I am starting the index from 0 because list or any index starts from 0. So for 5 employees, what I am doing, I am taking the 10% salary, I am calculating, and in the existing salary, I am adding the 10% of the salary. So the final salary will be increased by 10% of the actual salary. So for each employee, I am taking this. So like here for 5 employees, I'm having minimum 10 lines. In one line, I'm taking 10% salary. In the second line, I'm updating the salary. So suppose here only 5 employees are there and 10 lines of code. Suppose there are 1,000 employees. So for 1,000 employees, I have to write 2,000 lines of code. So that will be very difficult. And for writing also, it will take the time, and for maintenance purpose, it will be very difficult. So this code is without for loop, so it is lengthy code. I'm not printing because I have not written down so the right line. Only I'm assigning the values. So what I will do here, you can understand without for loop what will happen. This is the drawback. Number of lines will increase and it will be very lengthy program. So other solution for this is we will use loops. So it will make our program very easy and the code will become very simple. So here I'm uncommenting this for loop. And in the for loop, you can see that I'm running the loop on the employees list. And so what I'm doing here, I'm writing for loop, and here you can see that this is our initialization. Here I have created one variable I and I have assigned the 0 value to it. And after that, I'm writing the condition, means at what till when I want to run this for loop. So I am taking I is less than equal to employees.com, means until it is less than 5, it will run because it is starting from 5. So it is starting from 0. So it will run till 4. So 5 element of this employee will be executed. And in the iteration, I'm increasing i's value each time I plus plus. So first this initialization will happen only once. After that condition is checked. Then if it is satisfied, then it will execute. After execution, control will come to iterator part and it will increase the value since here 0. So in the next time it will be 1. And after that condition will be checked. So it should be less than 5. So it is continued, it will go again. And similarly till 4 it will execute, and after that if the condition will come outside of the loop. Now here I will write so for feedback. Now I will run this program and we will see the output on the screen. On the screen, you can see that it is printing increased salary for Smile is 55,000 and for John is 66,000 like this. It is taking 10% adding into the actual. So 10% of 50,000 is 5,000 and actual salary is 50,000. 50 plus 5 is 50,000. So it is executing as expected. You can see that only in 3 lines I have written the code. Only in 2 lines actually. This is my printing line on the screen. So in the 3 lines, I am writing the code of this 10 line because of the for loop. And suppose here I am not having 5, I am having 500. So for 500 records also only 2 lines of code will come. So this is the main feature of the loops. So this is the for loop. Now the same code will write in the for each loop. So I will comment this here, this for loop, and below I am having code for while loop. I am uncommenting this part. Here, I'm uncommenting. Right here, console dot read. I will uncomment this content dot read. Now, in the while loop, you can see that I have declared this t equal to 0. So this is my initialization part, which is outside of the while loop. So in while loop, initialization is outside. So I have declared one iteration variable k and I have declared it and I have initialized with value 0. And in the while loop, the condition is present in the start. So here it is checking k is less than implies dot count means it should be less than 5. So till that the condition will be satisfied with while loop will be executed, means this code will be executed which is present. And the increment, that is iteration part, is present in the while loop. In case of for loop it was here, but here it is in the loop body. So because when this will be increased, so there will be one time come and at that point of time this condition becomes false and will come out of the loop. Now I am running this while loop, so it will also print the same results. Now we'll see two while loop. Now in the do while loop, in the do while loop, initialization is also outside of the loop. And here first we can see do is written here and in the curly braces this is the body of the loop. And you can see after the body the condition is getting checked in the while here in the bracket. X is less than implies dot count and here x value is 0. So it will run till the time x, this condition is satisfied, means x will be less than 5. So it will execute. But even if the condition is false, one time this will print. This will print the result. First, I will show you the result. You can see in the do while loop also, it is printing 55,000, 66,000, 77,000. So this is also working fine, but I want to show you one more thing. I will make this value here. This condition I will make false and I will put here 10. So what is happening? Here the count of employees 5 and this x value is greater than this count. But what will happen? We have what will happen in case of do while loop? It will execute one time even if the condition is false. So here x is 10 and this employees count is 5. So here condition is getting false. Now I will run. In one time it will execute. So here on the screen you can see that it is showing increased salary for minus 55,000. One record is coming even if the condition is false. So do while loop runs one time even if the condition is false. So this is also pretty good. Now we'll see our for each loop. So I will comment this also again. And now in the for each loop, I will uncomment this. And here, now in the for each loop, you can see that I'm running this loop on this list, and this is actually a collection. So you can see that there is no condition outside of the loop or inside the loop, and there is no iteration given, and there is no initialization also. So it will run for all the elements present in this employees list. So when I will run this, it will also print the same result. But here you can see that here I'm directly using this variable item. This is the variable which will represent the employees present in this employees list. So directly item dot salary means employee dot salary and taxes. I will show you the result here. You can see that it is printing the same increase salary of spine is 55,000, then 66,000 for John, and top is 99,000. 10% calculating and adding into the actual employee salary. So this is all about for loop. So we have covered here example also. Now we'll go to our next slide. That is summary slide. Today we have covered C# loops. The next topic will be very much important. So wait for my next video. And I have given the playlist link in my description of the video. And I want to say that please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Goodbye.